So apparently Mojo Jojo is actually a human scientist who one day put on this brain cap thing, and apparently it made him go crazy and evil, and he kept trying to resist it, but he kept putting it on, and wait, that's the wrong origin story. Anyway, this is Mr. Mojo's Rising. In this episode, Mojo Jojo kidnaps Professor Utonium and forces him to basically build a machine that'll copy the Powerpuff Girls' powers and give them to Mojo. And the reason why he's doing this is because, according to Mojo Jojo, the professor actually created the Powerpuff Girls. You know, sugar, spice, everything nice. But the Chemical X also got on Mojo Jojo and made him super smart. And he tried to impress the professor with how smart he was, because Jojo apparently was actually a lab monkey in the professor's lab, which this kind of reminds me of Dexter's Laboratory, of how Dexter had the monkey who, lab monkey was really, who was actually super smart and all this stuff. And they were actually done by the same guy, so I wonder if this was a coincidence or if it was or not. But anyway, so according to Jojo, like, the professor never noticed him, so he got jealous and became a villain. Kind of like in Megamind, how Megamind got jealous of, if you won't accept me as a hero, I'll just be a villain, which, again, pretty decent story. So anyway, he copies his powers into the professor, even though the professor, he really doesn't remember Jojo or anything about him. So then the Mojo Jojo completely destroys the Powerpuff Girls. And then, like, he realizes, I don't need my stuff anymore, so he just smashes everything. And then the professor remembers Jojo, and that he actually he was actually a troublemaker monkey. He was always smashing stuff. I mean, what do you expect? He's a dumb little monkey. What do you think he's gonna do? But, anyway, I digress. So, Mojo Jojo pushed the professor, pushed him into Chemical X, which not only gave Mojo Jojo his brains, but also created the Powerpuff Girls. So in a sense, Mojo Jojo created his own worst enemy. And then he's so flabbergasted when he learned this that the professor was able to put him back in the machine, take away his powers, and they all go home. And yeah, this was an interesting episode. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but I still really enjoyed it. And first off, I want to apologize for the long hiatus. What has it been like? When did I put up the last Powerpuff Girls vlog exactly? So anyway, while I'm looking this up, I'm really sorry. I've just been so busy with schoolwork, catching up on other shows. Like, I've just been so busy with everything, like, that I completely forgot about it. I was just sitting there, and I woke up this morning, I was like, I haven't done one of these vlogs in ages. Like, the last one was in January. So I decided to do one, and it was an interesting episode. I was wondering if we were ever going to get any sense of an origin of Mojo Jojo or the girls beyond, in the show, beyond the intro, because I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to watch the movie. Yes, I will be doing the movie. It's when I get there. But from what I understand, the movie, apparently, the whole movie is apparently the origin story of the Powerpuff Girls, but I was never really sure if in the show or not we were going to learn the girls, and this sort of serves as a semi-origin story, which I'm curious to see how the movie expands on this, how you take the simple origin story and stretch it out into an hour and a half long movie. But yeah, I'm glad we got this answer in the show, because there is that curiosity of, like, well, how did these people come to be? And I was a little disappointed that Mojo's version wasn't the real version, because, you know, it does allow, I do like sympathizing with the villain and understanding why he does what he does, and you know, it was kind of like the eye scan first, like, oh, there's actually a reason why he's like this, and I'm given a reason to sympathize with him. But then the show's like, nope, he's just a dumb little monkey that created the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, it wasn't bad that, like that. In fact, it was a nice reel, and there were these fun little twists and turns of, oh my gosh, this is what happened. No, oh my gosh, this is what happened. But yeah, but I mean, it worked for shock, but ultimately I was just a little disappointed that Mojo is just evil and that there isn't more to him. I mean, thankfully cartoons now especially seem to be giving us sympathetic villains, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, this is just a straight up good versus evil show, and so I guess it kind of makes sense just to give Mojo Jojo the straight up comic book villain of something fell on his head and now he's evil. But it works fine. I mean, I do enjoy Mojo Jojo's just a straight up evil villain. I mean, I love how over the top and egotistical he is from the voice that I forget who voices Mojo Jojo. I'll have to look it up, but I just love that over the top voice. How just so much he'll talk like that's just part of his ego, and even the note, it's like everything about it. It's if you're gonna do a villain, give us a fun villain, and Mojo Jojo is definitely a fun villain. Somewhat pathetic at times, but fun. And then there was also some amusing stuff, like the girls just flying around the lab looking for clues, and Bubble just finds the note, and then he's like, I wonder who kidnapped him. Yeah. And then there was also an amusing gag where the narrator would say something and the characters would repeat it. Like, I wonder what Mojo Jojo's up to. I wonder what Mojo Jojo is up to. Like, stuff like that I just found really amusing. The only plot hole I found, I don't want to get too nitpicky, but how is it that both Mojo Jojo and the professor don't remember it? Like, you'd think Mojo Jojo would remember. I mean, maybe the chemical X altered his memories, but how does Mojo Jojo not remember what happened? Like, did he... I mean, okay, he got banished the day the Powerpuff... First off, why would you banish Mojo Jojo for creating the Powerpuff Girls? Like, they turned out fine. I mean, maybe the movie will fix this, but it's like, he created these awesome, kick-ass girls with superpowers. Like, I don't know, maybe it was, like, the girls... He just wanted 3 normal little girls, which begs the question, why didn't he just marry someone and have babies normally, but... as opposed to creating laboratory experiments, but maybe he just wanted to create 3 normal girls, and the Chemical X gave him superpowers, and he got pissed off because the girls were making a mess of things. He's like, screw you, Jojo, I just want 3 normal girls, and now I have 3 destructive superpower girls. I mean, maybe the girls weren't always super powerful. I mean, I could just be reading way too much into this, and I'm sure if I've see the movie, a lot of this stuff will be explained. I'm also baffled the professor doesn't remember Jojo. I mean, this is the monkey that created the Powerpuff Girls. You think that would be a little hard to forget. And also a monkey that smashed your laboratory. It's like, okay, I'm in college. One year I had this really annoying kid on my floor. I'm not just going to be like, oh yeah, no, you remember stuff like that. So the fact that the professor just sort of forgot... I mean, I get it. It was to serve the story so we could have this big reveal where it turns out Mojo Jojo Korean, but still, it's weird. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the episode. I'm going to try and record more of these, although don't hold me to that. I mean, sometime before the summer ends, you'll get another one, or if not, then like 6 months from now, you'll get one. Hopefully that won't be it. Hopefully it'll be more consistent, but again, I don't like the promise. I'm going to have a vlog up tomorrow, and then I don't. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my... permanent, temporary, brief return to Powerpuff Girls vlogs. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like, dislike, subscribe, and this is JStar260, and I'll see you guys in the next episode, whenever that is. Until then, take care.